Hey guys, just think again here with the crew, Kevin and Jeff. I'm Tony. We're here to talk a little bit about the NBA playoffs. We just got done watching the Rockets shock the Warriors in Game 4. What do you guys think?
Yeah, come from a 40-point loss to winning by 3 in a 95-92 game whenever they expect it to be 120-115. Yeah, that right there. Good.
Yeah.
Mind blown. Let me
That's a
say,
spectacular game.
I think we're a bunch of idiots. And here's why.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, here's why.
We're suckers.
We're suckers. We're suckers
Yeah.
because we keep buying into the Warriors and just like we're blinded by their blowouts. But the series is 2-2. So obviously we're not seeing something. And I don't know exactly what it is because I keep wanting to tell myself the Rockets don't have enough firepower, but they won 2 games. So I'm a little stunned right now at the moment, but I think we're in for a long series as much as we've continued to pick the Warriors and said, okay, yeah, Warriors in 5, Warriors in 4. Now it's Warriors in 6. I mean, Rockets only need to win one more game to make it 7. So I think we're in for the long haul now. But I still think we see maybe even a couple more Warrior blowouts regardless. But I think we keep seeing the same trend. Warrior blowout, close game. Warrior blowout, close game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, with 2 of the last 3 games in Houston, it's going to be real interesting to see how Golden State bounces back here. I mean, KD did not have a great game tonight. Steph got hot late, and we'll see if Clay has any lingering effects from that injury. That could be huge. And I think the Warriors definitely miss Iguodala tonight, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good point.
100%.
I think Chuck said it pretty well there in the post game that these teams they have a tendency to get hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. But you got a consistent player like Iguodala. Doesn't show up on the stat sheet everywhere, but he's a consistent guy offensively and defensively. So that was surprising, though. I didn't think he was going to be that big of a difference in Oracle. I mean, it's Oracle. We don't win Oracle. So
yeah.
I think this game gives the Rockets a little more confidence, even though they just lost by 40 and they did win one game. I think this grinded out really, held them off in the end, gives them even a little more confidence, and hopefully Harden gets a little bit more confidence going into the next games because he's been so up and down and his defense continues to be atrocious, but I guess they can get past that. But yeah, I mean, the Rockets have made it interesting, and this is what we wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, the Warriors play in spurts, and the Rockets just have to match those spurts, and they did tonight. They went on several big runs of their own, and they matched everything that the Warriors threw at them in the first and third quarters. So
if the Rockets could just request to play 3 periods rather than 4 quarters and avoid
there we go, a little hockey.
Yeah.
Avoid a third quarter for the Warriors, then they would just blow them out. But those third quarters, like you were saying in the text that we were going back and forth, and the third quarters are unbelievable for the Warriors.
Yeah. So as of right now, I mean, I look at this and I think it's set for 7. I think that this Rockets, this was a must-win tonight, and they came to play. We'll see what they can do in Game 5 because I would say that's just as much of a must-win because they lose going back to Oracle. I can't see the Warriors losing back-to-back games in their home court.
No shot.
Fashion.
So who do we got in Game 5? Forget the series. Who do you have in Game 5?
I'll take the Rockets. I think the Rockets roll at home. They know that it's another must-win situation, so I think this one's going 7.
Kev?
Okay. Yeah, it's all I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's all dependent on if Andre Iguodala plays. I mean, that guy's a veteran. He's
very true.
Finals MVP. Clearly a role player. They were more relying on guys like Draymond, who was like atrocious in my opinion tonight. You got Bell playing in there, rookie Looney. I think he was in the starting lineup. I mean, come on, decent like bench role player, but he can't be starting a game. So it really shows that I think the Warriors are deep enough, but if they lose a guy on their bench like that, it really is a crutch for them. So if he plays, Warriors in 5, Game 5 they win, and Warriors in 6 to win the series at home. They're not going to lose twice at Oracle, like you said. But if he doesn't play, we're going to 7. Who knows what happens? I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. What do you think, Jeff?
Warriors in 6.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I mean,
All right, let's
we've
shift gears.
gotten spoiled this far.
Let's shift gears to the Cavs and the Celtics. Big game
Yeah.
5
Big game.
coming up tomorrow or tonight when everyone will see this video. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'll go ahead here. I think the Cavs have stolen the momentum, and I think that they're going to go back to Boston, and they're going to finally give Boston their first loss of the playoffs. I think they've stolen the momentum, and I don't know if Boston is maybe reeling a little bit. I definitely think this is a must-win for them, similar to the Rockets. I know that Kev probably disagrees with that, but I think Cavs have all the momentum right now, and I think they carry that to a win tomorrow night or tonight.
I can't wait to take it. Kev, you go next.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, I don't have much to say here. I'm going to keep the same narrative, but this is a classic being a sucker. We just said we were suckers from what we saw from the Houston series, losing by 40, coming back and winning. Boston has not lost at home yet. Until you beat a team that hasn't lost at home 9-0 in the playoffs, do I think that they're – I mean, we saw the Warriors lose at Oracle 16 in a row, something like that. I don't think it's going to happen twice in 2 days. Until you beat Boston at home, they're a completely different team. All the guys are comfortable. Throw the experience out the window. They are comfortable playing in Boston. I'm not going to pick against them, so I'm sticking with it. Boston in 7. Boston's going to win Game 5. Cavaliers Game 6. Boston Game 7.
Yeah, sure. You're entitled to your own take.
Yeah, and I'm not going to change it.
Kevin, you've always been one of my smarter friends, and I've always appreciated that.
Yeah, thank you. I will continue to be.
But you're reeling just as the Celtics are, like Tony said. And it's like we've discussed, there's just too much pressure on the Celtics going back home right now. The young guns of the Celtics haven't felt the ceiling start to crumble on them and just start to smush them, and LeBron's foot comes heavier and heavier, and he's just slowly putting them into the ground because he lost the first 2. He toyed with them these past couple games, and he's just been unbelievable. And now they have to avoid losing to LeBron to then go back to the Cleveland down 3-2. It's just not going to happen. The Cavaliers will win Game 5, and then they will end the series Game 6, and LeBron will get a little bit of rest going into the finals. And then, like I said, it will be the most unbelievable championship run for LeBron James in the NBA history.
Yeah,
and
get on with it. Yeah,
him as the GOAT.
Yeah, we get where you're going.
Talk about that later. They win Game 5 by, I don't know, 5 or 6 points, and Boston just doesn't have it.
It was saying about LeBron for me. Like, LeBron, how much of a punch did he give in Game 2? He scored, 45 points or something like that, and it wasn't enough. He still got beat by double digits. So it's about the other guys. They don't play as well away from Cleveland, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to revert back to what they were doing Game 1 and 2. They're not going to be playing as well. You could say, they're getting confidence, blah, blah, blah. No way. Nope. They got beat by double digits 2 times in a row in Boston. Boston's a completely different team. They average 15 more points a game at home. It is a completely different team. So I'm sticking with it. It's Boston 7. And Boston 7 until somebody can beat Boston at home, then I'll change my narrative.
Yeah, I think Boston.
Yeah, you jump in.
I think Boston has just lost their groove almost the last 2 games. They are a shell of themselves what they were in Boston the first 2 games. I think those young guys might start reeling a little bit. Al Horford has not been the force that he was in the first 2 games. They've kind of neutralized him a little bit with Tristan Thompson. So
yeah, they found something there.
I mean, that's where I am with that.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think they found something there with Tristan Thompson. I think they're playing that matchup very well. That's maybe Ty Lue's best move of his entire coaching career, where he's not confused at what to do. And then I to go back to your point, Kevin, the Cavaliers' offense as a whole didn't do very well even in Game 3. Kyle Korver was the second leading scorer with 14 points, and he scored them all in the first half. So I think it is about LeBron. And then also, to go along to your point about the young guys, yeah, the whole team averages about 10, 12, 14 more points at home. But I think those guys aren't going to do that because they're going to feel the pressure. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see you be wrong and me be right. And it's no problem.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll see how these two series unfold. I mean, everybody's going to be on their edge of their seats the rest of the way here. But we're going to talk a little bit about our Think Again moment of the week. It's our favorite moment of the week, and we are yet again going to call out our good friend Colin Cowherd for another questionable take. I'm going to throw this over to Jeff to kind of set this one up for us.
Yeah, our Think Again moment of the night. Hashtag Think Again. Yep. Colin Cowherd, he just keeps giving us material to use. It's phenomenal. We don't have to go do much searching. You just listen to him for a few minutes, and he gives us something. And we're going to go over – he just put out his top 10 basketball players in the world. And the list, for the most part, is relatively on track. As you can see, the list goes as follows. It goes LeBron at 1, KD as 2, Anthony Davis as 3, Steph as 4, and then there's a hiccup at 5.
Huge hiccup.
Coming back to the 76ers, and he didn't even use the player I think we would imagine would be there. He used Ben Simmons as the top 5 best player in the world right now. Colin,
questionable.
Think again, man.
Yeah, think again. I mean, that's not admirable. It really is to put the young guy up there. Top 10, maybe. Maybe you put him at the back end of a top 10 if you like him. Top 5, I mean, you're talking about the most influential players in the league. Doesn't even include the last 2 MVPs. We presume James Harden's going to be the MVP this year. And also doesn't include Russell Westbrook, who didn't make his top 10, that's another story. He definitely has a vendetta out against Westbrook. So, yeah, Kev, any thoughts here that you want to add?
Yeah, like you said, he's not even the best player on his team, number 1. Number 2, I don't even know if he draws a double team or has drawn a double team all year because the guy can't really score the ball. So this is just a classic example of somebody trying to get way ahead of the curve, trying to see a player that might ascend and be a lot better. There's like a long way to go with that jump shot. Like, I don't know what you're going to do with that thing. He can't shoot 10 feet from the basket. Even if he were to improve, maybe he can shoot 12 feet. It's still not a big deal. So it's an overreaction by so many accounts. It's ridiculous. Probably not even a top 10 player. Quite honestly, when you look at the all rookie team, I don't even know if he's the number 1 or number 2 guy. When you talk about Tatum and Mitchell probably number 1. I think Tatum is probably a little bit better at number 2. So it's so wrong. It's such an attention-grabbing thing. He thinks negative attention is good attention, which sometimes it may be, but it's getting ridiculous. I mean, the things he's coming out with, this is just over the top.
Yeah, definitely an overstatement.
It's wild. It's just an amazing take that he just is almost too prideful to just admit, okay, he was way off jumping on the Sixers bandwagon, and he's completely jumped back on LeBron. That's a whole nother story. But to have Ben Simmons as the top 5 and what he tried to his reasoning behind it was that he didn't want someone who was an all-around player. He wasn't looking at all-around players in the league. He was looking at what people do really, really well. And so he had LeBron at 1 because he does a lot of things at an A level. But he thinks Simmons is there because he does, as a point guard, he's an A rebounder. He has the best court vision. His size is unbelievable. But Westbrook does all those things better than Simmons if you look at the numbers, and then he scores. And then Colin says, well, I don't even need Simmons to score. How do you not even need to score? I mean, he put up 1 point in a playoff game. It's to be a top 5 player, you have to score. Or you can be Rajon Rondo and get 17 assists in a game and be on 3 different NBA teams or 4, whatever it is.
Who could also score, though, back in the day.
Who what?
Rondo could score as well back in the day, though.
Yeah, he scored more than Ben Simmons, but I don't think Colin would even come close to putting Rajon Rondo in a top 5. So, Colin, think again. Take a step back from yourself. If anything, put Donovan Mitchell there and get Ben Simmons out of there. But we'll move on to your next one, and hopefully in our next video you don't make this segment.
Yeah. Keep giving us material, Colin.
Yeah, we appreciate it. But I think that does it for tonight. Follow us at thinkagain_JTK. We'll be live tweeting tonight during the Cavs game. We'll be live tweeting during the Caps game. Caps are going to the Stanley Cup, and they're going to win it. It's their year. They beat the Penguins. And then we'll be live tweeting during the Warriors game. Just keep looking out. If you have any comments about what we should discuss, please let us know. Kev, Tone, any last words here?
No. Great Warriors game tonight. Go Rocket.
Hashtag think again. Kev, you're wrong on all accounts. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you.